Paul Adom actually the political comedian as I can view. Hey, this is funny. Paul Adom actually Eddie and Samia the Ababe Tuga. Some more steady pa. Say Kevin Taylor could break kakrabi pa almost wabagana and I must steady. Kevin Taylor could break yes wabagana. Anyway, I don't want to talk much. Moment to your bonenti Paul Adom actually sema oka. If are near Adom Komobi, my cousin be actually your video number.
While ago, he is reported at the airport when he arrived, and this is what we have been told. We believe, we hope it's not true. We just hope it's not true. He arrived as Kevin Taylor. He went through gate 19. Gate 19 at the airport is reserved ordinarily for high-profile diplomats. So President Kufuor is abroad now. When President Kufuor is coming back, he'll go through gate 19. If a high-profile state official travels, say the Honorable Mike Hammer, those who are not maybe inside governments, all of those people, they will all go through gate 19. That's the gate reserved for high-profile officials. He was met by national security in gross violation. These national security people. And we are getting this information from people. I mean, in gross violation of a court order of a bench warrant. Ministers may or may not be aware. President may or may not be aware. He has arrived in Ghana in gross violation of a court order. The court order was against contempt of court. He spoke certain things in which the court believed was scandalizing the court. Kweku Bako and Haruna Atta went to prison for saying things that the court thought was scandalizing the court. This guy sits in America, scandalizes the court in the name of politics. A bench warrant is issued. His party is in power. So the state security apparatus, sponsored by the taxpayer, goes to pick the guy who has scandalized one of the most important institutions of democracy, the courts. And they bring him in. You have not even heard the worst. The worst is that they send him, he came by United Airlines, according to the story, United Airlines flight UA996 from Washington, D.C. And he came with an entourage, according to the story. He didn't just come, he came with an entourage. And they are up and they are, so the people at the airport don't quite see people on the flight who told us. And guess what? The report is that sent him to Prestige Lake. Go and live in the house that is reserved for the vice president of Ghana. This is the same house that John Dramani Mahama lived in as vice president and even as president. When President Mahama was exiting his presidency in 2016, this is the house that he wrote to Nana Akufo-Addo, and Nana Akufo-Addo agreed that President Mahama can have it. Later on, party hawks prevailed on Akufo-Addo by force that President Mahama cannot have it. And so President Mahama had to relocate and find his own place where he has been living until he was re-elected as president. This house is where Aliu Mahama lived in. It's reserved, it's a cocoa board house that is reserved for the vice president of Ghana. This is the house that has been given to Mr. Sansadeli and his entourage to stay in the official residence of the vice president of Ghana. This guy who just finished SS2, not because he can't pay, but because he can't learn, and sets up a media organization to basically drop down insults on every important Ghanaian. And because he supports and assists the political party, there's no problem with political parties supporting their own. Every political party supports their own. There's no problem. Akufo-Addo supports his own. John Mahama supports his own. Hassan Ayariga, who is in the studio, supports his own. But you cannot support your own by using taxpayers' resources to bring in somebody like that the court has scandalized. Now, he is now worried about the bench warrant. So he has filed an application at the Supreme Court. I've spoken to plenty lawyers last night, and they all gave their perspective about, oh, this is arranged, oh, this one is that, this is that. And some of the lawyers said, no, the Supreme Court will never accept this. In the next 5 minutes, Lawyer Preku will join me and we'll go to the Supreme Court thing that he has filed. We'll tell you about it, and he will give us the dimensions of it. But this is very interesting, and it should be worrisome if it is true. that he's staying in the official residence of the Vice President of Ghana. Yesterday, I texted Minister for Defense. He has not responded, Dr. Manibuama, and asked him certain questions that you are a Catholic priest, Dr. Manibuama. You are a Catholic priest. You are Minister for Defense. Who wants his child to be like this guy? Who wants his child to grow up and have an insulting tongue like this guy? Who wants his son to be like this guy? Who wants his daughter to be like this guy? And because of politics, you bring him to Ghana. Why, you think NDC will be in power forever? My goodness, even Kwame Nkrumah was not in power forever. Nkrumah was in power from 1951 up to 1966. Calculate how many years. It was not forever. J.J. Rawlings. Today they do June 4th and Fifi Kwete is angry that NDC didn't participate in the June 4th. The all-powerful J.J. Rawlings. He was in power from 1981 up to year 2000. It ended. How do you do these things? Why do we do these things? Somebody that has insulted everyone. You bring him to Ghana with state money and go and put him in the official residence of the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana. Jenna Nopukwajiman appears to have her own house. She's comfortable with this. She doesn't want to move. So the Vice President's official residence is vacant. This is the same place John Mahama stayed as president. This is the same place Muhammadu Bawumia stayed until 2024. This is the same place that Aliyu Mahama stayed. This is the place where a fugitive from justice, against whom there's a bench warrant, is protected by the state apparatus to go and stay. How did we get this information? Because people who are in the state apparatus are unhappy with it. That's how these things leak all the time. People in the state apparatus are unhappy with it. They are grossly unhappy with it. So they are telling us, Charlie, give it to Good Evening Ghana. Oh, this one, give it to Okatechi. Give it to, what is this? What are our people doing? What kind of thing is this? That's the conversation. But why have they brought the guy inside again? Oh, but what is this?
You see, Charlie, you. Once our Kazano or say, if this is true, meaning, on pro engine deal, asem no noa kanu onim. Asem na onoa kanu oni evidence to it. And to say, if this is true, ni chaze nipa no man information grow njisa nipa ni. Journalism nini, enti a whole journalist on national television. When kobe jama ye bloggers, a whole journalist on national television. Discussing a young journalist say waba enti Kevin Taylor about Ghana aye news. Charlie, na me bao. If it is true, say he's in Ghana, me nim. Paul Adom is the first person I walk and say where me mati. I don't know. Me niamiti years Kevin Taylor is on break. Even before MDC beba power, oya adwuma do some level or to go break. So Kevin Taylor going on break no any news. But the first person I met story we free no ho Paul Adom on the So let's even take it say it's true. Kevin Taylor is in Ghana. What can you do to him? And then Robert Mayano. What can you do? When I see Kevin Taylor, he's a man, he should come to Ghana. Or back Ghana, no woman, then over. What can you do? This shouldn't be an issue where a whole journalist will be sitting on air discussing. A disgrace. Just a case with my bloggers. Bloggers, yeah, Juma. Oh, I was young for ya, none and TSA. I brought your friend say Kevin Taylor. Yes, and train your TUS about yen as I can once. Now, young bloggers and can who Paul Adom a whole journalist on a TV station like Metro. Or say, if this is true, just say, Nipano cast every children no go in this Nipanindi. On your short information to cry out creating to see if this is true. Wait, Charlie, Eddie, Kevin Taylor called break a pet, yes, wa bagana. Munim say wa bagana, so Munim baby, also wouldn't watch him. Go and face him there. Muna lady say wagana munim baby or one. I don't know munko say munim ho muna munim wa yede nim baby or one to muna munim go there. ya wonder mo Ghana too much nti obi traveling abaye news. Oh no, Charlie. Let's be sincere with ourselves. Paul Adumochiri dear. I'll be right back. Enti yabusia munchira madwin. Thank you.